The first days of the new year were spent traveling along the south coast in our van. It was pretty windy and there was a bite to the air. I didn't mind it too much though. This time of year often brings up many emotions for me. It's a time when we measure our success and feel the need to set resolutions to become a better version of ourselves. I do love the idea of having a fresh start, but I find it to be sort of overwhelming at the same time. While reflecting on the past year, I realized that I want to give myself more time to do nothing. So much of last year, I had the mentality of, if I'm not doing something productive, then I'm wasting my time. But I need to remind myself that there's so much beauty and reflection in stillness too. After our week on the road with friends, we prepared ourselves to take the ferry over to Tasmania, the last corner of the country we have yet to explore.
Today is the day we're heading over to Tasmania. We're just in line at the moment waiting to board. We tried to wear out Zenna this morning, so it's really good because there's a little grass patch here. So we've taken her back and forth a few times because she'll be staying in the car for the whole trip, which is 10 hours. This will be the longest ferry we've been on with Zenna and Stella. Okay, bye Zenna, we'll see you in 10 hours.
Bye little captain.
See you later.
Voyage. Yes, now back. You get your back. How are your sea legs? Yeah? You got some good sea legs? Do you know that we're in Tasmania now? It's the last state that we've never been to. All the states and territories are ticked off as soon as we drive off this boat. Isn't that exciting? You've been to every state and territory. And you're a dog.
We made it to Tasmania.
We did it, guys. We're in Tassie. I'm stoked. It's actually pretty warm.
We arrived off the ferry and headed all the way west to a town called Stanley. The reason why we came out this way and we're in Tasmania at all actually is because 3 years ago when we first hit the road and started doing van life, we met this couple, Dee and Brock, and they were traveling in their coaster bus at the time. We had an awesome 2 months with them and really got to know them, and in that time they asked if we could shoot their wedding whenever that came up. They weren't engaged or anything at the time, and we were like, yeah, sure. And that just happens to be now. So this weekend they're getting married and we're going to be doing their wedding photography and videography, and we just thought it would be a good opportunity to explore the rest of Tassie while we're here. So we're going to be spending 2 months on the island and we're very excited. They've given us a lot of recommendations. There's nothing better than a local recommendation. They gave us this little gift. Actually, one second, I need to show you. So we've got this book, Local's Guide to Finding Adventure. It's called Undiscovered Tasmania, and they gave us this little chopping board from Tasmanian wood, and they've carved in 75 bucks in the bottom, which is so cute. But yeah, it is a beautiful day here. I can't believe it. Everyone I spoke to about Tasmania was like, be prepared for the cold, and so far the first 2 days here have been pretty perfect, so I'm hoping it stays this way, fingers crossed.
I'm so happy we got fish and chips in Tassie. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Apparently they catch it fresh. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, that's a lot of food.
Look at how big that fish is.
Here we were thinking it wasn't going to be enough.
I know, I bought extra chips thinking it wasn't going to be enough, but here we are. We'll be stuffed. From the fleet to your plate.
You can see all of the boats here, and these are the ones that go and catch all the fish. Oh my gosh, look at that.
That's supposed to be for one person.
Yeah, this is a box for one. I'm glad we didn't get the bigger one. Oh, yeah. How'd you do that?
It's windy.
Wow, it's windy here. We didn't feel it. It's a nice refresh.
It's another really hot and sunny day. We're hiking up the Nut here in Stanley with Luke and Jess and OC. But it's hot. It's pretty steep. It's a good burn. We're almost at the top, I think. But the views are already so pretty and the ocean is so blue today. We just rocked up to Bridestow Lavender Farm. We just had to come here because the lavender only blooms for 2 months of the year. It blooms in December and January. So we drove all the way from the west coast to Launceston to pick up our parcels yesterday, and it's about a 45-minute drive from Launceston to here. Jenny, you want a treat? You want a treat? Okay, if you be good, you can have one. Stop doing sleepy eye face, Munchie. Stop it.
Oh, you'll have one first. Pretty good.
What is that lavender jam?
Yeah, I think so.
What is that? Butter? Cream?
Haven't you had scones before? It's like the most Australian thing ever. It's delicious.
So we're currently staying in Rocky Cape National Park. We've been staying in an accommodation for the last couple nights because we're shooting some content for their socials and websites. So it's been really nice just to kick back. We've been using the bathtub heaps and the bed is just amazing. But today we adventured a little bit, so we did this little hike here in the national park, and we couldn't help but think how nice it would have been at sunset, so we've come back and we're gonna do it again. It's a quick 20-minute hike to the top, so it's not too much.
Yeah. It's called Cathedral Hill. Look out.
Yeah, cool. There's
Beautiful.
heaps of rocks at the top, so.
Yeah, just like straight up there.
For some reason that was way harder than I remembered it being today, but I also was carrying my tripod camera and my camera backpack. Oh, I'm so sweaty, but the light is just starting to get really soft. Wow. I need to always remember, just do the things you don't want to do. It always pays off in the end. What a perfect afternoon this is. These are the moments that make me fall in love with life. Now that we're a few weeks into the new year, I'm feeling much better, and I've written down a few things that I can look forward to this year and that I'm excited about. I think I just need to keep reminding myself that it doesn't really matter if I don't know exactly what I'm doing or if I don't always feel like I'm on the right track. Life is like a roller coaster, and I don't think anybody really knows exactly what they're doing. Sometimes it can just be a little bit hard to accept that, you know? Anyway, it's been a beautiful first week here in Tasmania. So this national park is actually where our friends got married last weekend, and it feels so different because the day they got married was so windy and grey. So it just feels like a completely different place right now. We actually did come up here along this path to get a few photos, and it was a little bit of a challenge because it was such a moody vibe, which I'm not used to shooting. I really enjoy shooting light colors, pastels, and all that, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm really happy with how the photos turned out. Our plan from here is to explore a little bit of the west coast of Tassie, so I haven't planned too much ahead, so it's going to be a surprise, but I've heard it's very beautiful on that side of the coast. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll come along and explore the rest of Tassie with us.